So these are two ES-335 guitars. They may have some similarities in a way, but one is $400 and the other is $6,000. Now to start this video off right, I want to challenge you with a quick little blind test. I'm going to play both of these guitars and you're not going to see which one I'm playing, and then I want you to decide which one you thought sounded the best. And then later on in the video, I'll reveal which one was which. So the questions for this video are, how much can the Donner hold up to the Gibson Custom? What are the differences in sound, build, and most importantly, feel? And is it worth or not worth going for that higher budget, all depending upon your situation, of course. All of these questions and more will be cleared up, answered in the next 5 to 7 minutes. So let's jump right into it. This part will be for all the spec nerds out there, but if you don't care about all this and you want to get right to the sound comparisons, I made time codes for you, so feel free to bounce around. So let's start with the Donner. They call it the DJP-1000 Jazz Guitar. It's got a bound maple ply body with a maple center block. The body also has white binding and a high gloss finish. It's got a maple neck with a rounded C shape. It's got a rosewood fingerboard, a synthetic bone nut, 2 humbuckers, a 2-pneumatic bridge, and 2 volume and 2 tone knobs with push-up controls. The push-pull feature is neat. You can switch from humbuckers to single coils on both pickups, but honestly, most people getting a humbucker guitar aren't going to use single coils, but I guess it is nice to have if you need to use it. Moving on to the Gibson Custom shop, this is a 1964 ES-335 Reissue. It's got a 3-ply maple poplar maple body construction with a maple center block. It's got a solid mahogany neck with an authentic 64 medium C shape profile, an Indian rosewood fingerboard with small block inlays, 2 custom bucker Alnico 3 unpotted pickups. It also has an ABR1 bridge and a nylon nut and saddle. As you just saw, there are some very clear differences that you would expect a much more expensive guitar to have compared to a beginner/budget guitar. Let's now jump into some more sound comparisons, and then I'll talk about feel and playability, which to me is the most important thing when it comes to the guitar. All of the tones you're hearing are coming from one of the Neural DSP plugins. Now, before I talk about the sound comparisons, I want to get into the feel and playability of each. I'll start by saying this. The Gibson Custom feels out of this world compared to the Donner. And honestly, that's how it should be for a guitar at that price point. Now, the Donner doesn't feel bad, it's just comparatively, there's a very noticeable difference. Now, the Donner does have a thicker neck shape. It resembles more of a 59 335 neck shape than a 64, but even if you preferred that thicker neck shape on the 59, you would still say that the Gibson Custom is clearly more well built and it just feels a lot smoother. The Donner feels great for the price point. I was honestly pretty surprised with the feel of it, and you really can't complain about it at all. Now for the sound comparisons, do I hear a difference? Yes, I do think that the Gibson does sound a little more clear and a little bit more full. The Donner does not sound half bad though, although sometimes it does give me a bit of a thinner tone and it doesn't give me that extra oomph that I kind of want that the Gibson does give me. And after both guitars were adjusted, it seems that the Donner still falls out of tune a little bit more often and would need to be adjusted a little bit more often as well. But at the end of the day, it's really not the biggest deal. Now, to really hear the differences in sound and tone, I'm gonna play both over a track I made so you can compare each in a real mix. And once that's done, I'll tell you which guitar you picked in the beginning of the video. But the one problem with this video is that you can't physically eat both of these guitars. The Gibson Custom, like I said, it really does feel absolutely pristine. You can see how much work was put into building it. The Donner, you can obviously tell that they put it together fairly quickly. I'm really not sure how they do it. I'm just assuming that because they're only selling it for 400 bucks. Now for a beginner to even an advanced player, if you're looking for a 335 guitar and you are not trying to break the bank, the Donner 335 will take care of everything you need it to do. But if you have a budget for a Gibson Custom 335 guitar, I really do think it is well worth the investment and whatever else you want to say to convince yourself to get it. Now here's the thing for the people that will bring price points into this, which is very important. But if both of these guitars were completely free, standing in front of you, I'm willing to bet 99.9% of the time you guys would pick the Gibson Custom, and as I would too. But unfortunately, that's not how life works. But I will say that the Donner guitar for only 400 bucks can kind of hold up to a Gibson Custom sound-wise. Even though the sound is not all there, I hear it. I'm sure most of you will hear that as well. But feel and the playability, it's not bad at the Donner at all. Don't get me wrong. But like I said, the Gibson Custom, it feels unreal. It's just a lot smoother. It's a lot more comfortable to play. It's easier to play, which is something that's very important when it comes to playing guitar. I mean, I don't feel like struggling and fighting with the thing. So what are your thoughts on this comparison? Do you think there's a big difference in sound? Do you prefer the Donner? Do you prefer the Gibson? Let me know in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And to reveal the blind test, guitar A was the Gibson Custom and guitar B was the Donner. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.